Okay, so I've just completed the lighthouse bit, and the only other place I can think of to go to once I've completed the lantern and gotten all the different fragments is down below that special room that had the same star constellation. Now I'm in a bit of a tricky situation though, because I've been alive on this character for a long time, which means I've actually run out of campfires. So one, I can't cook food anymore, and two, I can't go to my storage anymore. I was planning to die and respawn, so I placed all my good items in my stash. That includes the dark helmet, which significantly reduces the damage you take from the dark tentacles and enemies in the dark area, right? So I'm intrigued to see whether I'm going to survive this next bit, because I've got to venture down to the 16th floor, and I don't have the armor to help me survive. Also, this bit always scares me. It doesn't matter how many times I've been through here. Those tentacles are nasty. So I find sometimes you just got to be brave with this, and you just got to run at them. And they back away a bit, and if you can get a slash on them, they tend to back away just for a bit to give you a bit of respite. But I feel when there's that many of them that close, you can just, as I said, if you just run towards them, it does seem like they're gonna get you, but they do seem to back away if you run straight at them. I love how I said I'm gonna be brave, and you can hear in my voice that I'm petrified of dying. Okay, so we need to go down again. I have some bandages, but I don't have like stews and stuff to replenish. So we need to go down one more floor. The good thing is, because I've been here before, at least I know the layout. Holy cow, okay, that was a lot of damage. So if we run out of bandages, I think we're as good as dead. I got hit by a couple of them at the same time there, which would have killed me if I didn't bandage. So yeah, this is going to be interesting to see if we make it down. I'm also wondering, like, is there a boss or something, like, to fight this thing? And I'm thinking, am I going to have to try and do that without the special sword that you find and without the special armor that you find? So initially, the first times I came down into these areas, I was so scared as I was moving around, and like, really, when there's a bunch of the tentacles nearby, I wouldn't feel safe moving in there. I'd feel like, what am I meant to do? And I feel stuck in a corner. But then I got to a point where I ran out of bandages, I got jabbed, and I was going to die. There's no way I could stop the bleeding out, but the bleeding takes around 30 seconds or so. And it was during that I found that actually, if you just keep moving, if you keep running, it's not too bad, this area. It's obviously, there's a lot of danger. It's very easy to die still. Like, that is bad. But if you're confident and you just keep moving and you're quite sure which direction you want to be heading, and you can get a few hits on the enemy as well, that will help. I used to use arrows. I used to use the fire arrows to try and push the enemies back a bit. That is quite useful if you just shoot a fire arrow down on the floor. It can clear that region, but I've discovered the danger of changing weapon and then shooting the arrow and not having your shield out to kind of block one or two of those hits is normally not worth it. If you just run at them, it tends to have the same sort of effect. Okay, so we need to go right and then back on ourselves a bit. Also, they flash red when they're about to attack, so that's when you want to be putting your shield out, and that's when you want to be pressing space to dodge if you're using PC controls. Okay, so we're almost, it's the 16th floor is where we have this room where I think the lantern's going to play a significant role, the full one at least. Okay, I'm very low on food as well, so I've got to take this gamble and kill the little rats and get the meat off of them as well. I've gone the wrong way. At the moment, it seems the tentacles aren't near, which is quite good. Like, these little things are not too bad, especially when if you've got the dark helmet, the damage they do is very minuscule. But I don't have that on at the moment, so I need to keep that in mind, because if they attack me, they might do more damage than I'm expecting. Okay, this is the exit on this floor. As always, the exits tend to be south of the areas, so if we just run towards the bottom, excellent. So when you're coming through this the first time, if you've not done this before, you need to find keys to unlock each kind of exit as well, which makes it that little bit more stressful when you find the exit but you can't go through it. Okay, so this is the floor. We need to hopefully... This is the largest floor as well, which means I've got to survive that a little bit longer. So I'm going to quickly look at the map. We're going to go left and down. There's still some traps, I believe, around that could kill me. I think I've kind of triggered all the spikes that will come up and jab you, but there's some of the crystal-based ones, like those, which if I get knocked onto, I'm going to die in one. So I need to be careful with those. I had a feeling... Holy cow, we got hit a lot there. Let's try and bandage up. I thought we needed to go left. Oh yeah, we are going left. There we go. But you can see, if I run out of bandages, I think we might be in trouble. Bottom left. Nice, nice, nice. So getting that hit on him there seemed to play a big... It got rid of so many of them. Well, for a short duration of time anyway. Oh gosh, it makes me anxious with all of these tentacles following me. We need to go right or bottom right out of here. Keep breathing. Okay. Keep moving. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Let's use a quick bandage. That's not the way out. I must be getting closer. I think it's up. Maybe 2 more rooms and then up. Yeah, 1 and then up. Let's try to get there. Let's try to get there. Whoa. That was nasty. Have we got any other bandages? We do. We've got the simple ones, which will be important to stop the bleeding. We've only got like 1 or 2 of the big bandages left now. Let's get out of there. So it's up now, I believe, right? Yeah, up. So the bandages I just used there, they don't heal health, they just stop bleeding. So they're like the weakest variety. I've got a couple of the stronger ones left. Oh no. Please don't jab me while I'm bandaging. It's very stressful. Okay, I don't know if... I can't remember if in this final room as we're going up, whether they still attack you, or whether we can just run upwards. Okay, looks like we might be okay. Okay, so this is it. This is the place I came to. I think you end up looking... It's kind of like an end podium, like you come across in the other kind of mystical areas you find in the game. Yeah. And there was 2 or 3 missing, and I've found those since, and they light up. So let's see what happens. Okay, so a stairway or a pathway is opened up. Okay, this is being controlled for me now. So I'm holding my lantern up to this massive crystal. Okay, that looks familiar. I'm not ready to fight. I got a feeling we might have to. Oh, okay. Okay, this is very peculiar. So we're just leaving the beach at the beginning? Is this the same area? Yeah, everything's cracked, everything's damaged. We're moving extra slow. I'm also, like, my character's all black as well, so I'm not sure whether me trying to, like, neutralize or defeat, whichever word you want to use. That final thing was has kind of taken it out of me. I'm unable to use dash. I can't run. I don't know if we can get back in the boat. That doesn't seem as so. Okay, so to the left we go. We casually pass an old corpse of mine on the floor. Nothing to see here. See, I thought we might be able to jump down. I guess we'll go up. We'll see if there's anything obvious down here. It does seem a bit peculiar. Has this been blocked off? Okay, good. I was going to say, it'd make me feel like I should go into there. So this is the right way to go. Okay, good. Because if that was open as well, I would have been in a position of wondering, like, do I go in or do we go up? Now, before we could never pass this, but a rock has fallen. This was like one of the only areas in the starting zone which didn't seem to make sense. And you see the crack has made this boulder fall out of the wall. So, which means we can get up to the top now. It's quite nice how they kind of gated, again, like all elements of the game, it doesn't really give you much instruction, but the way that the kind of the sundering of the earth and everything happened, it kind of guides you to this one way, right? So I'm wondering, do we go to the lighthouse that we started at? Or do we go back to where we found the lantern now? Again, these cracks are kind of guiding us in the one direction that we can go. Maybe that kind of pure kind of white light from the top of the lighthouse can kind of make things better. But it does seem like we're going back to where we originally found the lantern. You can see all the little energies heading up towards this way as well, which is guiding us here. The sound's getting more intense as we get closer. There it is. Yeah, this is where we took the... Holy cow! Do you see that? There's trap. That would have been so annoying to die there. Okay, so there's traps all around. How do we... So we need to get back in, but these lines, they used to be the blue lines that connected everything, right? That's now danger. Like red is the way that danger is indicated in this game, right? So I'm very skeptical now about crossing this line. I can't destroy these or anything like that, can I? But it might be a case that we're just meant to go over it. I'm going to play it safe. We're going to circle around it first, and if there's no other way, then we'll just do it. Or maybe it's... I'm wondering if I've kind of been flipped in the sense that what was once good is now bad to me, because I don't know if I've been corrupted by this thing. But to me, it does seem like we're going to have to cross these red lines. Oh, hold on. Oh yeah, they're still there. We're just going to have to do it. Please don't kill me. Okay, so we may have walked around for no reason, but I think it was the safest thing to do based on how this game has worked so far. Put the lantern back. Oh no. I thought it might have been something along those lines once I saw what happened there. So almost like it was... I know, it feels like it was defending itself through the game. But then once you get to there, it seems like it uses you in order to you collect all of the power, and then it uses what you've got to expand itself and gaining strength and take over. And then we're back at the start, it seems. So I'm sure there's many other ideas out there or interpretations of endings, and that's one of the great things you have with games, especially games where everything isn't spelt out to you exactly what is meant. I'm sure that there's different interpretations of what happens or what it means. And I think that's always interesting. Some people can get dissatisfied when they feel they want a concrete ending. They want something spelt out. This is what it meant. This is what happens. Now we understand. You can move on from the game. But I think it's quite in a different light or from a different perspective. The fact that you wonder and it will niggle you a bit to really understand it. And there's no real way for you to truly understand what the developers wanted you to interpret from it. And that allows you to talk to people about it. That allows you to wonder about it and try and share your story with other people about it. So I think it can be frustrating to some people, but I think it's generally a positive way to end a game. I know I remember playing through the Half-Life series and still having that element of mystery of like what would happen next. Or you know, the whole G-Man stuff is something it's never clearly specifically explained to you, and then there's so many theories about what it all means. But yeah, well, generally I'm imagining we're going in back to the start of the game, so we'll wrap this up here. But hopefully if you didn't get a chance to finish the game yourself, then you've got to see the way that it wraps up from sharing me finishing the game. It's I didn't really expect anything from this game because I didn't really know too much about it before it came out. I got a friend or two have mentioned it before it came out, that they were looking forward to it, but that was all I'd heard. I hadn't followed the long process it's taken to get to the point of release. And I just, on a whim, I thought I'd buy it and give it a go, and it's been a very, very rewarding experience overall. Something I didn't quite expect, and something that I've definitely gone ahead and told everyone that I've been meeting about this game, because it's something that has given me a nice experience that I've not had for a long time playing a single player game. So yeah, if you haven't played it yourself, I'd recommend picking it up. I have no deal to try and make you buy the game, but if you like the style of game and you've enjoyed what you've seen, I'd recommend checking it out and experiencing it for yourself. But otherwise, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for checking out the video. Take care. That's right. It looks like we've started again. Everything lost.